Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome to the first What I Eat in a Day video of 2025. If you're new here on my What I Eat in a Day videos, I share the Weight Watcher points, which I'll be sharing the new 2025 points, and I also share calories and protein as well. If you're new to my channel, please make sure to read the disclaimer down in the description box about What I Eat in a Day videos and how you shouldn't really copy what people eat and how we're all different. So one thing to keep in mind, I'm in my 50s. I am only 4'11 3/4, so my needs may be completely different than yours. So just make sure to read that disclaimer and work with your own doctor or your own dietitian to find what works for you. All right, so normally for my What I Eat in a Day videos, I don't get on here and do an intro like this, but since I mentioned in my last video, which was the grocery haul video, I had mentioned that I was going to be doing a chat video, and I thought it would be the next video, but I'm not going to be able to get that up for probably another week. I just haven't filmed it, and I want to take some time to film it, so I'll probably be filming that this weekend when I don't have to work. There's a lot I want to talk about what I've been doing, changes I've made with my diet, my exercise, now that I'm back to focusing on myself again. And I also want to talk about the Weight Watcher changes as well. Lots of Weight Watcher changes that I think are going to work for the way that I'm eating. So if you're new here, I want to say welcome, and if you've been with me for a while, I want to say thank you, just a special thank you to you for hanging in there with me while I've kind of been away for the last few months. It's been since August, I checked, since August that I had put up videos. So I'm really going to try to kind of get back into some kind of rhythm again. So I just want to say thank you for your patience, for sticking around, waiting for me to come back. And also one thing I want to mention, because when I was editing this video, I realized that I didn't mention about my coffee. So a lot of you know I used to start my day with coffee, but on this particular day, I didn't drink my coffee. And the reason for that is I've been trying to change some things in my diet, and I wasn't happy with the stuff that I was putting in my coffee. It wasn't making me feel good, and so I wanted to make some changes with some of those things. And so some days I'll have coffee, I might put a little bit of butter, a little bit of milk, and froth it, and then some days I might drink it black, or some days, like this particular day, I didn't have any at all. Usually when I wake up, I'll get my walk in, I get my water, and so some days I just not really feeling like coffee anymore. So like I said, I'm hoping to film that chat video this weekend, get it up hopefully within the next week. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy this What I Eat in a Day video. So I'm starting with my breakfast. Now on Weight Watchers, I get 23 points a day and then 28 weeklies, and then I also earn activity points as well. I typically didn't used to eat the activity points, but now that I really kind of honed in on more of a whole foods diet, I'm finding where I'm able to use some of those extra points. So for my breakfast, I have 3 eggs, and I also have an overcooked ground beef patty. I'm using, this one is the 90% lean. Usually I get the 93% lean from Aldi, but this one is a 90%, I think it was Dakota brand or something from Publix. So that's 0, the eggs are 0. And then I did use about a half a tablespoon of butter between cooking both of those. And then on top of the burger, I have an ounce of Parmesan that I melted on there. It's just the regular hard block Parmesan. I get it from Aldi. I think it's the Emporium Selection brand. So I just sliced off about an ounce of that and put that on there. Parmesan is like my ultimate favorite cheese right now for some reason. And then I also have some strawberries and some blueberries. So for me, I follow the regular Weight Watchers program, not the diabetic plan. So it's 0 for my eggs, 0 for my fruit, 0 for my burger. So the meal itself is 0, and then I'm counting it's 4 points for the cheese and then 6 points for the butter. So with the new program, that's how I'm making it work, because I have been incorporating butter back into my diet. I'm kind of following more of a very modified animal-based whole foods diet. So butter is something that I'm cooking with again, something that I'm eating, and it never worked before with Weight Watchers. But now there's more 0-point foods with Weight Watchers. I feel like I can make the base all 0 and then use my points for like butter, olive oil, things like that. So breakfast today, 10 points on Weight Watchers, 6 for the butter and 4 for the Parmesan. It's 38 grams of protein and 486 calories. So not really having a lunch today because I was so full from the breakfast. So I'm just having a cottage cheese bowl. I have a Good Culture cottage cheese in there. It's just the 2% cottage cheese. These are 2 points on Weight Watchers. They're 19 grams of protein. And then on my blueberries, I have some of this raw and unfiltered local honey that I get from Aldi. And I have in there about a third of a tablespoon. 21 grams is a tablespoon, and I just put I weigh 7 grams of honey in there. So this is 3 points. It's 1 for the honey, 2 for the cottage cheese, 19 grams of protein, and 154 calories. So it is time for dinner. My husband's actually making London broil out on the grill, so I'm making the sides inside. And again, similar to the breakfast, the base of my dinner is all going to be 0 points. So the points I'm going to be using are basically just kind of flavor it with the butter. So I am just steaming up some asparagus. I have this pot that you just put water down in the bottom, and then it has the steamer. So I'll just get that going. Just going to add some salt. And then my husband and I are going to split this potato. This is a 10-ounce potato. I went ahead and cooked it, and I'm just going to do kind of like smashed potatoes. So I cooked it and just cut it into 4 pieces, and then I spray it with olive oil. I just have olive oil in a glass sprayer, and then just add some seasonings. I added salt, pepper, and garlic salt as well. I'm just going to put this in the air fryer, 400 degrees. It's at 18 minutes, but honestly, it only takes about 5. And then the London broil is done. My husband brought that in. We like ours like a medium rare, so this might look a little bit too pink for you, but I did let that rest for about 5 to 10 minutes before cutting into it. We like the London broil to just kind of like slice it into small pieces, and this is perfect for us. I gave my husband more potatoes than me. Like I said, it was a 10-ounce potato. Gave him 6 ounces and me 4 ounces. So the only points I have to count is 6 points for my butter. I used a tablespoon. I put about a half a tablespoon on my asparagus and half a tablespoon on my potato. And then I did end up just adding in 2 points for the olive oil, seeing how I kind of sprayed the potato when it was cooking. I sprayed it a couple times, so I went ahead and just counted 2 points for that. So for me, this was just an 8-point dinner, just counting the butter and the oil. And then it was 656 calories. I had 4 ounces of the London broil on my plate, but it was so good I ended up eating another 2 ounces. So it ended up being 656 calories and 66 grams of protein. All right, y'all, you are going to get bored of my snack/dessert on my What I Eat in a Day videos because I have this every night. I absolutely love it. I look forward to it. They're frozen dates. You freeze them. So I make them up ahead. So what this is a date. You just cut the date in half, and then you take the pit out, put half a tablespoon of butter in there. I use the grass-fed butter from Aldi. Half a tablespoon of butter, and then melt some dark chocolate and just drizzle that dark chocolate over the top. So the amount of chocolate I end up using is like 2 grams. So it's 1 point worth of the chocolate that I use. So then just put them in the freezer. I usually put them in the freezer on a plate, and then once they're frozen, then I put them in a mason jar and just store them that way. And each night I pop one out, and this is my dessert. And in my mind, it tastes like a Snickers. It's 6 points because it's 3 points for the butter and 1 point for the chocolate, and then 2 points for the date. For dates, the dates that I get the sun date from Publix. You can have one of them for 2 points or 2 of them for 3. So 6 points, but only 115 calories. So for my total points for the day, I ended up with 26. I ended up using 3 of my weeklies, which yes, I am using my weeklies now. And then for calories, it was 1,411 and 123 grams of protein. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I am so happy to be back to filming these. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one.